Assalamualaikum student. Our topic for today is gross anatomy of thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is an endocrine gland which is brownish red in color, highly vascular and placed anteriorly in the lower neck against fifth cervical to first thoracic vertebrae. The usual weight of thyroid gland is 25 gram, but it varies. It is slightly heavier in females and its weight increases during pregnancy and menstruation. Now it consists of two lobes, right and left lobes, which are joined by a narrow isthmus in the lower part of the gland. Each lobe extends from oblique line on the lamina of thyroid cartilage up to fourth or fifth tracheal rings. It is 5 cm in length, 3 cm at maximum transverse diameter and 2.5 cm in anteroposterior diameters. Isthmus is a narrow constricted part which is present against second and third tracheal rings. It is 1.25 cm in its transverse as well as vertical diameters. In some cases, in some individuals, there is an other pyramidal shape lobe extends either from the isthmus or from right or left lobe in upward direction, and in some individuals there is a fibrous band which is called levator granuli thyroidi, which is attached above to hyoid bone and it elevates the thyroid gland. Gland is surrounded by two capsules. One is true capsule, which is formed by peripheral condensation of connective tissue, and this thin fibrous capsule surrounds the gland and sends septa deeply into gland. Deep capillary plexus is present under this capsule, while the false capsule is derived from pretracheal layer of fascia. This fascia is thickened on the inner or medial aspects of the gland, where it is called suspensory ligament of Barry or lateral thyroid ligament. This ligament basically attaches the thyroid gland to cricoid cartilage and upper tracheal rings. एक जो बहुत फेवरेट क्वेश्चन होता है कि वाई द स्वेलिंग ऑफ थायराइड ग्लैंड मूव्स विथ swallowing, तो उसका आंसर यही है कि thyroid gland, especially isthmus, is attached to cricoid cartilage and upper tracheal rings with the help of this suspensory ligament of Barry. So when the larynx and pharynx moves, the thyroid gland also moves. Now thyroid consists of two lobes, right and left. Each lobe of the thyroid gland is conical in shape, with its apex reach up to oblique ridge of the thyroid cartilage and base which extends up to fourth or fifth tracheal ring. Each lobe has three surfaces. One is medial surface, which is related to trachea and larynx. Then it has a lateral surface and posterolateral surface, and two borders, anterior and posterior borders. अब हम देखेंगे रिलेशंस ऑफ थायराइड ग्लैंड. थायराइड ग्लैंड के रिलेशंस आप बेस्ट अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हैं इन ट्रांसवर्स सेक्शन जो हमने नेक्स्ट से लिया है. दिस इज थायराइड ग्लैंड विच क्लोजली सराउंड्स in the upper part larynx and in the lower part trachea, and this is esophagus. आपने इंफ्राहाइड मसल्स पढ़े और उसके अंदर हमने देखा था कि दे आर स्ट्रैप मसल्स जो कि मिड लाइन के दोनों तरफ अरेंज थे. सुपरफिशियल थे स्टर्नोहाइड एंड सुपीरियर बेली ऑफ ओमोहाइड, वाइल डीपर लेयर में एक मसल था स्टर्नोथायराइड मसल. अब ये थायराइड ग्लैंड है तो इसकी सर्फेसेस देखें जो अभी मैंने आपको तीन सर्फेसेस बताई. दिस वन इज लेटरल और सुपरफिशियल सरफेस up to this point, right? This is posterolateral surface and this surface is medial surface. ये हाफ पार्ट है, ये एक लोब है. तो दिस इज सुपरफिशियल और lateral surface, posterolateral surface and medial surface, and anterior and posterior borders which separate these surfaces. Now superficial or lateral surface is related to sternothyroid, sternohyoid and omohyoid muscle in the upper part, while the lower part of the gland is overlapped by sternocleidomastoid. आप अच्छे से हम पढ़ चुके हैं इनको नेक ट्राइंगल्स ऑफ नेक में. तो ये स्ट्रक्चर्स आ जाते हैं इन द इंटीरियर रिलेशंस. दिस इज मीडियल सरफेस और यहाँ पर आप देखें मैंने थिकनिंग बनाई है प्री ट्रैकियल फेशिया की. ये प्री ट्रैकियल फेशिया है जिसने सराउंड किया हुआ है थायराइड ग्लैंड को, और ये है सस्पेंसरी लिगामेंट. So medial surface in the upper part it is related to larynx, while in the lower part it is related to trachea and esophagus. Two nerves are related to this surface. In the upper part external laryngeal nerve, and in the lower part recurrent laryngeal nerve, while two muscles are present into its relation. One is inferior constrictor muscle and other is cricothyroid muscle. ये lateral view है. lateral view में हम देखते हैं कि किस तरह से inferior constrictor muscle, which is the muscle of pharynx, and this is the outline of thyroid gland. So its medial surface is related to two muscles, inferior constrictor muscle which is muscle of pharynx, and this small muscle that is cricothyroid muscle. From the cricoid cartilage to thyroid cartilage, ये larynx के muscles में आता है. Two nerves, external laryngeal nerve and this one is recurrent laryngeal nerve जो groove करके जाती है between the esophagus and trachea. This is trachea और ये black outline में this is esophagus. So these are relations of medial surface of the thyroid. Posterolateral surface is related to carotid sheath with its contents, and thyroid gland overlaps common carotid artery. Isthmus of the gland is related to sternothyroid, more superficially sternohyoid muscle, skin and superficial fascia with platysma muscle and anterior jugular veins. Posteriorly, the isthmus is related to second and third tracheal rings. The anterior border is thin and related to anterior branch of thyroid artery, and posterior border is relatively thick and it is related to one important structure that is parathyroid glands, while the vessels, the branches from superior and inferior thyroid arteries also anastomose. अभी हम इसको डिस्कस करते हैं with the blood supply. The blood supply of thyroid gland, first of all we will discuss the arterial supply. Thyroid gland is supplied by superior and inferior thyroid arteries. This one is superior thyroid artery. Superior thyroid artery is first branch of external carotid artery. It runs downwards and medially with an intimate relation with external laryngeal nerve. External laryngeal nerve is a branch of superior laryngeal nerve which arises from vagus nerve. This relation is very important. It runs downward with intimate relation with external laryngeal nerve. When reaches near the apex of the gland, then the external laryngeal nerve deviates medially, while the artery runs downward. At the apex, it divides into anterior and posterior branches. Then anterior branch anastomose with the anterior branch of other side, while posterior branch descends on the posterior border and it anastomose with ascending branch of inferior thyroid artery. Thyroid artery arises from thyrocervical trunk, which is a branch of subclavian artery. Inferior thyroid artery initially runs posterior to carotid sheath and then it moves medially and upward Near the gland, it divides into 4 to 5 branches which pierce the pretracheal fascia separately. When it reaches near the gland, it is in close relation with the recurrent laryngeal nerve. So इन दो आर्टरीज के साथ ये दो नर्व्स आपने हमेशा याद रखनी है. सुपीरियर थायराइड आर्टरी के साथ एक्सटर्नल laryngeal nerve एंड inferior thyroid artery के साथ recurrent laryngeal nerve. बिकॉज जब ड्यूरिंग सर्जरी जब थायराइडेक्टमी हो और जब वेसल्स को लाइगेट करना हो तो इन दो नर्व्स को प्रिजर्व करना होता है. ठीक है, वाइवा में भी क्वेश्चन होगा कि अगर आपने वेसल्स को लाइगेट करना है तो आप कौन से पॉइंट पर करेंगे. तो जो सुपीरियर थायराइड आर्टरी है इट विल बी लाइगेटेड क्लोज टू एपेक्स ऑफ द ग्लैंड, क्योंकि यहाँ पर नर्व डेविएट्स मीडियली और आर्टरी आ जाती है इंटीरियर बॉर्डर और एपेक्स पे, तो इसको यहाँ पर लाइगेट करेंगे ताकि नर्व को प्रिवेंट किया जा सके. वाइल इंफीरियर थायराइड आर्टरी व्हेन रीचेस नियर द ग्लैंड इट इज़ इन क्लोज रिलेशन विथ रिकरेंट laryngeal nerve, so it has to be ligated away from the gland somewhere here, so we can preserve the recurrent laryngeal nerve. ये दो रिलेशन और इनकी इम्पोर्टेंस आपने अच्छे से अंडरस्टैंड करनी है. The ascending branch of inferior thyroid artery anastomose with posterior branch of superior thyroid artery along posterior border of the gland. Posterior border is also related to parathyroid glands. Superior thyroid artery with close relation with external laryngeal nerve in the upper part. When reached near the apex, then nerve deviates medially. So it would be ligate here. This is inferior thyroid artery which divide into 3 to 4 branches, and this is ascending branch which anastomose with posterior branch of superior thyroid artery. Close to gland, it is related to recurrent laryngeal nerve. In a few percentage of individuals, there is an additional artery that is called thyroid emma artery, which usually arises from the brachiocephalic trunk or sometimes directly from the arch of aorta. When it is present, it directly runs towards isthmus. So during surgery इस artery को भी देखना है कि if it is present तो hemorrhage के chances होते हैं. Thyroid gland is drained by superior, middle and inferior thyroid veins. Superior thyroid vein emerge at the upper pole or apex of the gland and it drains into internal jugular vein. The middle thyroid vein emerge at the lateral part of the gland. It also drains into internal jugular vein. The two inferior thyroid veins emerge through inferior border of the isthmus. Then they form anastomosis plexus, venous plexus in front of trachea. Then both veins either form a single trunk which drain into left brachiocephalic vein or they drain separately into right and left brachiocephalic veins. This is blood supply of the thyroid gland. अब thyroid gland से related clinical aspects we will discuss in the second part of our class. Thank you.